Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, welcome back, and here on Diamond Paints with Mike we are going to be starting this lovely canvas. Yes, that's right, and I was going to do it on the weekend, but the only sort of slot I've got available is Friday because I was all ready to put up the diamond paint in and I forgot it was Temu today. I'm filming this for Wednesday, ready for Friday, on the day that Temu just went up. And I then remembered that I do a show with Tessa on Thursday, so the only slot I've got available is Friday because having looked in my diary, I am taking this Saturday off apparently. I put in my diary, must have done it last week, that I'm doing this Saturday having a rest day, so I figured I'd do it now. So this colour looks to be all on this cat, which is interesting, so I wanted to start the other cat first, but yeah, I thought what we're going to do is we'll do a lovely good old hour on this, and despite you know, if the battery will let us, because I'm filming on my old phone, and I thought we will get this sorted because this week's been a little bit all over the place. So yeah, it's been another hot day here in the United Kingdom and I cannot bear this heat any longer. so yeah, I'm just like literally can't cope with it. I have 3 fans going and I had to put 2 fans in the kitchen because it was horrendous heat, and then obviously I had to cook dinner and that just even made it 10 times worse. And yeah, so it's been a funny old evening tonight, and then I've been watching the, you know when you're in the urge for a sugar fix, well I got myself some Madeira cake and this pack of variety biscuits where you get 4 different packs of biscuits in one biscuit thing, and they were like £1.85 over here, and which is probably twice as much in America, so probably $2.50. And you get bourbons, malted milks, custard creams and shortbread. I hate shortbread. It's just a very sort of hard biscuit, and this is a very lovely stick. So I can't wait for you guys to see the Christmas one. I was having so much time, terrible time with it. I couldn't get it to stick. It was skiing all over the place, and it's very strange because they both sort of came from the same company, but it's just not having it. I haven't worked on it since. I've been promising myself to do that cottage dog all week, but I still haven't had the chance to do that. Because what I love about these ones is 1, they're already framed, and 2, they're lovely and short, and I'm really hoping to get Tuesday onto the A to B live, but work's got in the way of that a few weeks. I've had to stop it, so I'm hoping that I can get next Tuesday off and then I can do it, because it turns out when I checked my holiday I've still got like 16 hours to use up, so I think they get the ump though when I say can I have holiday. They don't like it, and I was like, once I got it refused and I said, look, why has it been refused? Oh, because I need to make allowances for other employees to have their time off. And I'm like, yeah, but they've not booked time off, so you know, what the hell. I mean, my manager had like 3 weeks off in one go. She came back for a week, then she went off for a week, then she came back for a week, then she went off for a week, and she then resigned, and I've got a gentleman now, so yeah. But like, it'd be sort of like this sort of thing, so, because I mean my challenge is to do a 30 times 40, but that is going to be a long day. I don't think the phone would last 5 minutes. I think it would blow up in flames, because with iPhones, if it gets too hot it will tell you and it needs to cool down, but we can always sort of like swap the cameras, I suppose. And there was one time I was filming and it was so hot and I was like, well, I've got to get it done, you know, I need to get it up. And I was like scorching heat. The sun was directly on the back of the phone and there was nothing I could do. I just needed to get this filmed. And it said your iPhone needs to cool down. So it's quite interesting because there's not really an awful lot of it. So how bizarre. But we get to do a drill dump in a minute in my brand new bin from Temu. Now, I've been watching the news with a cup of tea and a slice of my Madeira cake, and I had to check the order because I was like, I'm sure I got the iced Madeira cake. If you've never had iced Madeira cake, you're going to love it. It's really good. But I checked the order and it was the plain Madeira cake. So that's a bit baffling. So yeah, it was the plain one. And then I had some malted milk biscuits. I always watch the news when I have to have a nibble at something. Whenever I'm watching TV, I have to eat something because I get very bored of watching TV. So if I eat something, it tells my brain that I need to, you know, watch the TV, and while I'm eating, I can watch it because otherwise I just get bored. So as you can see, I'm going to double check this, but I don't think there's any ones left. Yes, hopefully. If not, we can take it out the bin. So this is my... I got so fed up with keep carrying the jars to the bottle bank. I got this bin thing from Temu, and they come with, it's like a fully operational bin. It comes with wheels, and you get blue, pink, and all sorts. So that was good. Okay. So I think the next colour we'll do is this 2 colour here. This case came off of a... It came off of a, what do you call it? Diamond Peeler. Pella's got one. It's basically, I got it from AliExpress, and it holds all these metal placer things in there. And I thought, you know what? I don't really need that case because they will eventually go on to pens. So I thought, well, I'll gain a couple of extra trays and use them as like a tray. Just for this session, and then I can put them in the trash. I love getting rid of rubbish. I think it's so satisfying. So anyway, I was watching the news, and Wilkinson's, or Wilco, what we call it for short, have been basically suffering, I think, as a business. And I don't know if America's got it or anywhere in the world has got Wilkinson's, but Wilkinson's over here was very similar to a shop called Woolworths, and that shut down many centuries ago, and probably since I was born in 1992. But yeah, Woolworths was like a bit of everything. They had home stuff, DVDs, you name it, they had it. And then Wilkinson's is basically like a home shop, but it's also, again, it does like home stuff, it does you know, kitchen stuff, kitchen appliances, kitchen utensils, pick a mix, Candy King, you know, a bit of everything. And we've been told on the news that they've had some problems with, you know, the company making funds and stuff, so now it's gone into administration. And when it goes into administration, the first thing the administrators will do is to look to save the company the best way they can. So they'll try and find a buyer that can buy, you know, some of the assets to try and help the company come out of it. Now, not always when a company goes into administration, it doesn't mean that's the end of the line, you know. Some companies come out of it a stronger company. Sometimes they come out of it under a new company name. If they can find a buyer, then that would be great. But what they also do is they will look to pay the staff wages first thing. That is the number one goal. You know, they need paying. They've got bills to pay, so they can't just say, hey, you're not going to get paid for it. So, to the best of my knowledge, I've never known that to be the case, that they won't get paid for it. So, it was confirmed on the news today that they have not been able to find a buyer, and it's not looking very promising at the moment. So what happens is when a company can't, you know, there's no other option, they will then go into like insolvency and liquidate it. So liquidation is basically a form, I think it's basically where they basically just terminate the company. They basically shut everything down, all the online website gets took down, yeah, basically liquefy it. So yeah, it is such a shame, because I mean, it's going for as long as I can remember. I mean, whenever I used to go to Chelmsford, that was like one of the first shops I used to go in. I always used to, that was like my #1 shop for getting my Lynx, which is a shower gel and deodorant over here in the UK. I don't know if anywhere else gets that. You probably do. Obviously some things we get, other countries don't. So, and vice versa. Oh, I do apologise, that's my hash brown chips returning on me. But yeah, my friend was saying that there's this hazelnut butterkiss popcorn coming out, and apparently hash browns with tomato ketchup in. So that, I mean, that could be only around the corner because we've had the hash brown chips, haven't we? So it was so funny this morning. I woke up and when I got back in, I basically I kept thinking it was Tuesday all day, and I was like, I've got to get a cat video up. I've not done it. And then a couple of people commented on my video, and I'm like, oh crap, I've put the wrong video up. And I totally forgot that Wednesdays are unboxing days. So I panicked myself for no reason, which has done me a favour because it gives me a little bit of a break from the cat painting. Even though I'm doing this one, it just gives me a little bit of a break, because now what I'm going to do in that cat painting that we're working on is I'm going to single place it for the confetti part. We'll just work on one colour at a time, which is probably going to really slow us down, but I can't cope with you know, every other drill, swap, you know, different colours all the time, keep swapping and changing. So normally when it's like that, I will definitely single place it. So yeah, and then what have I got to do tomorrow? Tomorrow when I get off the train, I've got to pop into town to get some groceries in, and then the weekend I'm going over to my relatives because my surprise package, well, it's not really a surprise as such, but I've been teasing diamond painting with Pella of what this thing is, and I can exclusively say it is something related to nutcrackers. So nutcrackers have been like unboxing sensation at the moment. So, and obviously Christmas is coming up, and I want to try and get something in for Christmas, and my heart is really on that range train. On the range there's this train that is covered, as I call it, in Narnia. It looks like the scene from Narnia where the Snow Queen is going through and collecting Edmund on the cart thing to have a Turkish delight. And obviously the best Turkish delights are the ones that are in powder or sugar frosting, and yeah, it just gives me that feeling and of Narnia. And it's got, I looked again because I thought it was just trees with a blanket of snow on the floor, but it turns out it's I think it's got trees with a blanket of snow, and it's got a train coming through it. So yeah, I need to see if I've got it, you know, if it's still in stock. I've got to get it, I just have to. So yeah, I don't know if we'll get all of the cat done today, but my plan of action was to do one cat and then the other cat, but single placing can cause you a bit of a setback at times. And then earlier on I was going through the comments, because obviously all my comments go to health for review. So what that means is I have to physically go in and approve it, And that's probably why you've got like a long duration before I reply to it, because I don't always see it. So unless I look at the health review section, I will not see it, but I'll always get back to you. And I think I said something about fat fighters in the other video. So Dawn Gelsby, or Gelsby, I can never get that right. I think it's Gelsby. It was so funny, and I almost discarded it. But it was so funny because she said, she said something along the lines of, I hope that's not the teacher from, or the leader from Little Britain, because of course in Little Britain, Matt Lucas plays this leader in Fat Fighters, and that's the name of the actual club. And he normally goes, when everyone goes in, he normally goes, "Hello fatties," like that. And normally if someone says they've had cake, she goes, "Cake, cake, I love the cake," you know, cake. And she normally, there's another one where she goes, "Dust, anybody? No, dust, anybody? No, dust, anybody? No, dust." And she keeps rotating her head. She like was literally looping the word dust. This is quite nice. It's like he's got a beard forming down here, so that's quite nice. So it was so funny, and I was like, that is just cracked me up. Like, whatever Dawn comments, it always makes me laugh. And yeah, I mean, obviously when I said it, I didn't think at the time, and the reason why I called it Hello Fatty, oh my god, the reason why I said Fat Fighters is because that is the nickname for Tessa's weight club. She goes to, I don't know if it's Weight Watchers or I think she said it's Slimming World, but to me it's Fat Fighters from Little Britain. So yeah, it was quite fun. And I was having to think today, in October I'm going to see if I can finish off that pumpkin that we did last year. That actually came from Germany, because what happens is with Amazon, if they don't have it in stock, they'll source it from overseas at no extra cost to you. I've had an office chair that's come from Germany, I've had a painting from Germany, and it's quite nice to get something not from China all the time, you know. So it's very rare that you'll get a product that comes from a different country other than China. So I plan to do a big diamond painting haul as well, because my cart needs emptying, quite frankly. I've got so much more things I want to add into it, and it goes, your basket is full. But I can obviously take something out the basket, quickly order what I want, and then put it back in the basket. But half the time, it's just so much effort, taking it in, putting it out, looking for the item again to put back in the basket again. I just like, I need to buy some things and then like take some things out, but sometimes by default it will tick all the items in your basket, and I physically have to go in the list and untick all the ones I don't want. Oh Jesus, I got the belches today. Apologies there. But has anyone sort of put like so many things in the basket and then they're like, okay, I'm gonna have a rethink here because I've like got nearly £400 worth of stuff in the basket. But apparently, I don't know who it was, someone on my channel said that apparently we're supposed to be getting a Temu wish list here in the UK soon, so hopefully that would save a lot of problems, because I mean, I don't know why the basket has to have a limit, but it would just say having, you know, to take it out, come back in. But I can exclusively reveal, here's another exclusive for you, next Wednesday we have, obviously it's unboxing day, but we have got the return of Amazon. Yes, we've got an Amazon unboxing, and I don't know if I said in the last video, but I did get an owl from Temu, and I was going to show you it on the live stream, and I thought my mum unpacked it, because obviously she was packing my bag because she doesn't like me walking my shoes through the, you know, the front room and stuff, which is understandable, you know, you don't want muddy shoes walked through. And it turns out that when I looked in my bag, I was like, oh no, please don't say I've left it. It turns out it was behind one of the pillars. So what I'm going to do is, next time we go live, which will now be on Sunday, I'm going to show you that owl. Now, because last week got mucked up because I had to help with moving Hannah's furniture, I looked at the diary, and for the rest of this week the schedule is going to be obviously the Dalmatian dog with Tessa, and then what's going to happen is Friday we're going to have part 1 of this, and it could be that it's 4 parts, you know, but these are such a quick project. I can get this done by the end of August easy. And then Saturday I've put in my diary that I'm taking a day off from filming, and then Sunday I'm going to do Wilbur again, because I don't like to tweak the schedule too much. So I know we desperately need to start working on the chicken and the cow. It feels like I've been working on this Easter thing for like months. It's probably the longest theme I've been running so far, because yeah, it just feels like it's never ending. But it's because, as I said, with the old system it just was not working out. I would do like a different painting every day and it just didn't work, whereas this new way where we're doing the same painting day in day out, it's basically getting them done a lot quicker. So but I'm excited for September. We bring in Harry Potter, and then it's October theme, and oh my god, I saw this gorgeous painting today. Look at this. You're going to love this. It came up as a recommendation. I don't know if I can... I think I took a photo of it, but I don't know if it's on this phone. Yeah, I saw this today, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. It's 20 times 20, and it's £2.38p, and it says pre-order, and I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong, but I would prefer it in like a 30 times 30, but I'm really tempted to get that. And pre-order, this is for Lazy Retired Granny. Pre-order just means that it's not available on sale yet, but if you order it, you're basically guaranteed that that order before it sells out. And normally I wouldn't take much notice of the pre-order because they say it's pre-order, and one of my tigers said that, which was in the unboxing which you would have seen on Wednesday this week, and that was that multicolour tiger. That said it was pre-order, and I ordered it and they shipped it the next day. So not everything is true, I would say, on that pre-order thing. But yeah, I would definitely get that if I were you, because that is going to be a really cool Halloween one. But obviously I want to finish off the pumpkin as well, so we'll get that sorted out. And that's the squares as well, isn't it? So it's quite a good one, that. So yeah. But yeah, I'm really sort of looking forward. Oh, that's a defective one. I'd say this is that colour, this yellowy colour, not this beige one, but that bright yellow, the first one we did. That's probably the same colour as Hobie, the lion I did. But yeah, so won't be long before we're all eating mince pies and going Happy New Year again, and it's like, here's another year of chaos. Because let's be honest, we're going to go into a new year with still problems in this country, because this country hasn't really ran right since David Cameron left. I think he was probably the best one. I mean, Margaret Thatcher, she was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I've seen, obviously that was long before I was born, but I've seen videos of her on TikTok doing her, you know, in the Houses of Commons and stuff, and all the members of Parliament, whatever it is, and she is really, really good. And I would have loved to have been alive when I saw her, you know, when she was in power. But yeah, so, I mean, I just hope that the next year sort of gets back on track for the country, really, because with the way things are going at the moment with the, sorry, I'm just getting some more drills, because I need to get some more there. The way things are going at the moment with shops, I mean, they're dropping like flies. I've got a horrible feeling the next shop to go under will be Poundland. I mean, you got to think, you know, that company sells things for £1, and it's like, well, how do they make money? Because obviously they pay their employees, you know, they pay, well, probably their suppliers. I mean, it's like probably any pound shop really, pound Poundland, Pound Stretcher, Dollar Tree. So I'm quite surprised that Wilkinson's, which is a more expensive shop, not that expensive, but obviously more than £1, you know, has gone under, because you would think Poundland of all companies would go under, but I just can't see how they make money on selling things for £1, you know. I mean, some people have said that they've seen diamond paintings in there, but I've not seen them. What we need, guys, in the UK is a shop full to the brim called Diamond Paintings Galore. So you walk into the shop and there's diamond paintings, like, and that's literally all the shop sells, is just diamond paintings only. That's what we need. That would be just like amazing. But it's like with the works, again, that's another shop that, you know, might struggle. I mean, that's like a cheap sort of budget shop. They sell all sorts, diamond painting. It's mainly like a crafty sort of shop. They sell a lot of crafts. But yeah, I'm quite surprised they've not. Because I got an email a while back, something to do with the there was a book offer that they used to do, and it was like 10 books for £10 or something. So I think they had to cut that back because they said that they were stopping it. But yeah. But you know, hopefully, I mean, when they say in administration as well, when they go, they've not found a buyer, you sort of think there's no way they're going to come out of that. That's it, game over, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's very rare for a company to come out of administration. I think Peacock's was in that. Peacock's is a clothes shop over here, but it's also a name. There's also another company called Peacock's who make bread and rolls and cakes and things. And they were in a closing down sale, and I think they were in administration and then they came out of it. So I love Peacock's. There's so much nice and cheap in there. You get some really decent, good stuff in there. I mean, some of the things are only like 12 quid. They're really cool value, and I love the winter shops. But whatever you do not sign up to Peacock's newsletters, because the problem is they bombard you with emails. Like every day it's another email, and they also watch what you put in your basket. So say like you put something in your basket, it's almost like they're watching you, because I put something in my basket once, and just getting a few more drills. Yeah, so I put something in my basket once, and it said about 10 minutes or so later, we've noticed that you've not checked out. And I'm thinking, well, how would you know that? So it's like I mean, obviously every website has what's called traffic sources, so they can see how many people are visiting the website. And sometimes the website is so busy that there's like a pop-up screen that goes, you need to wait 10 minutes because there's just so much traffic on the website. But yeah, it's like they monitor, and then what they also do is if you ignore that email, they then go, we'll give you 15% off your order. So in other words, like trying to get you to buy it, but 15% is what, like 10p or something? It depends how much you spend. I mean, obviously 10% of the pound would be something like 10 or 20p. So the more you spend, the more discount. But download the app Pouch, that's Pouch, because whenever you're on the works, that will flash up and it will say, it will give you, like, they'll check codes. There's codes that come up and it will give you a discount. I think there's one called WK15 or WKS10 or WKS15 for the works. So yeah. And another one is called Honey, so you can download that as well. That's a similar thing, and you get points. And then when you've got so many points, they convert them into vouchers. But the Works has a Together rewards card. So every month, like every time you shop, you get points, and then every month you can have a voucher and stuff off. So it's pretty good. So yeah. Well, we're racing through these colours. That's fantastic. You see what I mean about how quick we can get through these short ones. So what I think I'll do after this will probably be actually the last painting we do for the cats. I don't really feel we can start anymore now. It's, you know, there's always next year, perhaps August next year we can do another cat theme. But obviously I'll need to start filming on the Harry Potter soon, so yeah. I think I might change that a bit as well, so perhaps Harry Potter will do Monday to say, yeah, probably Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, and then perhaps Friday we'll have like a 2-hour live, just to give us a little bit more time to do it. Or we might scrap the, you know, depending how Wilbur is looking, we might scrap the farm theme for a couple of weeks and put, you know, an extra couple of sessions of the Harry Potter one. So, I mean, I think we've done quite well. Have we done 2 cats now or 3? I can't remember how many we've done. I think we had a third one, didn't we? I don't think we have. We've done this and the other one. So we've done like 2. That's not bad. But yeah, so now what we're going to do is pretty much finish with that, so that can go in the bin as well. This was only like a temporary measure, so I'm going to now start with this gorgeous honeycomb, would you say, colour? So get more. This is like another painting I've worked out. Oh no, we have done 3 because we had that. We had a very similar painting to this, which had a plant pot up in the corner, didn't it? And it was an orange cat and a kitten there, but it had like a mask face to it. This is very similar to that, so we have done 3. Well, near enough. We've got 1 completed and 2 practically half done, but yeah, that's really good. I mean, I could colour block in this, but it's so, like, as you can see, it doesn't tend to go in a straight line apart from some areas. So I tend to just like single place these ones. And plus it's a really short project, so you want to spend as much time as you want on it. But yeah, I absolutely love doing these types of canvases. You don't have to worry about frames. You know, you can really have a good session on it and get them done. So yeah. I've been clearing a bit for YouTube as well today and doing some you know, trying to get round to everyone that I support. I support over 70,000 diamond painters, so it's quite a massive queue, but I always get to it when I can. And I was going through my other channel today because I've noticed there's a couple of videos. When way back, we did a card with Nala and Simba, and I think that came to a halt because there was a drill missing or something. I mean, it could be that one of these would finish that off. That's a good point, actually. But I found a video on my other channel, which has obviously been uploaded to the wrong channel. So I was like, that shouldn't be on this channel. So I took that down and I'm going to watch it hopefully tomorrow and put that back up on this channel. And then I might just squeeze that in on a Monday, just to finish that card off as well. Because I do recall we was working on a... it was like a multicolored parrot, weren't it? And I called it Jasper. And I mean, there's a butterfly card as well I did, and that's been not filmed for ages, so I need to get back on to doing that as well. But yeah, so for the next 3 months we're going to be doing for the cats are finishing very soon. It doesn't even feel like a month. It's crazy how far this year goes. It just shocks me. You know, how a whole year can have gone again. But anyway, so yeah, October's obviously, no, September is Harry Potter. Now, there won't be a video on the 22nd of September. I don't think. That could change, because in Whittam every year, I think it's on the last Saturday of the month, or the first Saturday, whenever the 22nd, it's normally the 22nd. They could have changed it, but they normally do what's called the International Puppet Festival, and we have all different puppets, people on stilts, Granny Turismo, which is really cool because they're basically people that, you know, a Segway, it's basically converted into like a, you know, them, what would you call them? Granny trailer, I don't know what you call them. You know, it's like a trolley with the old people put them in all their shopping in it. It's like a pull trolley thing. And Google it on YouTube, you can see that there's a, that, you know, they convert it in a Segway and there's like a music in there, and they put these fake legs that hang over the side of the trolley. It's really cool. I've only ever seen videos, I've never seen it in, you know, real life and that, so maybe we see that. But I think it's only 2 people now. I think it started off with 1 person and then it expanded, but apparently there's loads of them, but I've only ever seen these 2 men do it, so I'd love to see the behind the scenes of how they get into that. I imagine that's the trolley and there's a zip down here that they crawl into the back, maybe. But they have like the legs hanging over here, and at the front there's like that's like the control of the Segway. You've got to see it, it's really cool. Because I can't really show it. I would show it on YouTube on here, but obviously I can't show another creator's channel on here if it's their video, because obviously I can't, you know, I don't have their permission to do that, so it could be classed as copyright, so that's the problem. So just put it in Google, Granny Turismo, or on YouTube, you know, and you should be able to pull it up. So yeah, how are we doing for time? Cool. It's gone pretty quick, but we've still got, I think we started at 23:42 was it? I can't remember. But if we say, I'm gonna say probably till 23, well, the news went off at 22:30, so I reckon we started at 22:45, so I'm going to take this up to 23:45, I think. But yeah, this one will be finished in no time. Pipsqueak. Sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey. Pauline Jill, did you get your chips? The hash brown and chips? By the way, that, you know, when I asked you what should I have for dinner, I ended up having hash brown sandwiches. I know it sounds really weird, but believe you me, it's really nice. I love it, and the best hash browns you can get is when they've got that lovely crunch to it. So yeah, my granddad has he has all sorts: banana sandwiches, Wilkes sandwiches. Wilkes is like a it's like a snail, so oh, I can't imagine eating that, all that slime and gunk. Oh no, you know, all that rub. I can imagine a snail being quite a rubbery texture, and then, you know, you bite into it and get all that gungy fat and whatever it is in there, because it's obviously going to be quite slimy as well, because obviously it's dread to think actually, but I can imagine the texture being quite nasty eating snails, to be frank. But apparently my uncle used to just pick them out of the, I think it was mucking about, but apparently he reckons he picks them out of the ocean or the sea and eats them and gives them a wash under the tap and eats them live. There's no way you could do that. Literally, like, hello. If you've ever, is it scamps? Oh my god, scamps, what is that? Is it scampi? There's a sea creature that you cook and it screams as it's being cooked alive. The lobster, I think, does that as well, because I think they whack them over the head and then I think they said lobsters, they whack over the head and then it screams at you. I mean, some they don't, they just cook it and it's screaming, and there's no way I could do that. You know, not to a poor animal. You don't cook things alive, that is for sure. So, you know, if I saw that happening, that would turn me off fish forever. So, I mean, it's like fish fingers, isn't it? It always amazes me how they make them, because, you know, fish are not square. So, but I've had to pull the fins off a fish before when I've done catering, and yeah, that's not nice. I couldn't do it. I just said, look, can I do something else? I can't do this, because as an animal lover, I feel like I can't do that. So yeah, I'm against all animal cruelty. So yeah, there's no way. I know that obviously the fish is dead, but there's no way I could do that. I just can't. It's inhumane. But yeah. Well, we've nearly got all this cat here done. I wanted to do the black, but once we've done this 3, I'll see if I can just quickly get black out. See if we can do a spidge, a little bit of it, spidge as well. So that's a, I've invented 2 new words tonight. That's a scamp and a spidge. This is what happens when you're filming at 23:24 and you're tired, and I'm not actually tired. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm speaking gibberish about scamp and a spidge. I don't know about you guys, but do you make yourself laugh? I think we've all done it, but I do make myself laugh. I even laugh at my own accent. Like, some of the things I say just crack me up, and I'm like, because I always watch my videos back, because I like to view, at the moment I'm doing it as a recording perspective, so I like to watch it as a viewer perspective as well, and it also gives me a chance to see if I'm perhaps, you know, I look through the video, I don't quite like that the audio's a bit poor, or I might have said something that I don't really feel is suitable for the video, and I'll cut that out. I'm getting really used to the YouTube editor now, because YouTube I don't think they had it before, but I could be wrong, but they have this YouTube editing tool, and it's really easy to do. They give you the timestamp, and then you just put in the timestamp that you want cut, click save, and then you just have to wait half a year for it to be processed, because it takes ages. I was watching Debbie Gets Crafty today, and she was saying that one of her videos took 4 hours, and I have noticed the shorter the video, the quicker the edit. The longer the video, the longer the edit. But it says when it's cut, video processing, check back later. So to me, I feel like I've got to stay on that screen, so I never come off the screen, and I've set my laptop to not turn off the backlight display, so it's always on. And I was probably waiting about 2 hours once, and I thought, this has got to be done surely. It was like a 4-minute cut, and I refreshed it and it said it processed. So it's like, you can, once it says video processing, you can come off that page and it cuts it. So I didn't know that, but I do now. And then I found Benidorm is on Netflix, and I was like, oh yes, I've got to watch that. Benidorm was fantastic. It was a programme set in Spain in Benidorm, and it was brilliant. They never, I don't think they do it anymore. But I was watching a video, oh my god, it was of Twister lollipops, you know, the ice creams, and right, so the machine is obviously doing the ice cream, and I think it had a major defunct, or there's been a major default with it, because it was picking up the ice cream, one of the grabbers didn't pick it up, the sticks were terribly, they were sliding out the ice cream, there was like a machine, as the ice cream's coming down, it's pushing the sticks in, and it was going out further and further outside the outside of the lolly, and oh my god, there's this guy on there that was talking about it as well. So yeah, I do love TikTok. I just think some of the things on there are just so funny, and TikTok is very addictive. You can be on there quite a lot, just, you know, scrolling and scrolling. Half the time it's full of crap, and just come off it, and it's like, okay. So, I'm gonna have to put a picture of this on Blunts and Gems, because if you haven't checked out Blunts and Gems group, check it out. You can put your progress things on there. And by the way, thank you to everyone who has recently joined my diamond painting group. Diamond Paints with Mike, I think it's called. We've had several new members, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. And you can put all your progress on there. That one by Becky Sloan, that was really beautiful. I think you were the one that done the horse, wasn't it? Or it may have been something else, but it was absolutely gorgeous. I do have a few horses, and one of my creators, she loves horses, so yeah. I've got my horse painting. I've got a wintry one, but I've tried to stave. So we've had we've had oh my god. We've had Scamp, Smidge, and Scave or something. Isn't it funny how you can like talk and then just randomly make up a word that you've never heard of before? Who writes the dictionary? Because I would have to ask whoever writes the dictionary to put the word scamp in, but then I'd have to find a definition as to what scamp actually means, to which I really don't know. But yeah, that is a good point. Who actually writes the dictionary? That to be is not to be. That is the question. Who says that, Eva? There's a guy that says that in it. To be or not to be, that is the question. Scamp. Oh dear. Well, that's that one done. Lovely jubbly. So I'm just double checking. Scanning. Beep beep. And that's that's all done, I think. I dare say I've got to go fishing in this bin. But what we're going to do now is we have about 10 minutes. Can we do it? We've got 7. Len Goodman. Peta told me off once for that, because she messaged me and she said, can I ask you a question? I was like, yes. And she was like, what is the big thing about, or something to do with, what's this 7 about? Well, there's this judge called Len Goodman. He's sadly passed away now. And we have a programme in the UK called Strictly Come Dancing. And at the end of obviously every dance, the judges have to give a score. And he was the only judge. All the rest would go like 10, 7, 5, you know. But Len Goodman was the one that used to go, he wouldn't go 7, he would go 7, like that. And I would do that to my mum all the time, and she would just like really have a go at me. I found something that actually wound her up. So it was like payback time for winding me up. Oh, someone's got a dirty hair on this. Look, a black hair. Oh, that's disgusting. Where's all these hairs coming from? I mean, I've got blonde hair. As you can see, I don't have black hair. So where's that come from? Oh my god, I think I had another, what painting, there was another painting that we had in that. I mean, that could be anybody's hair. I feel like I need to wash my hands now. Oh, you don't know where it's come from. And that's another thing that really drives me insane, is when you open a packet of crisps that are brand new from the factory and you find like a hair in it or something. My granddad, he goes ballistic. If you put hair in his dinner or he finds a hair, he will not eat it. He will. And at one time he was so angry that he chucked it at the wall. Apparently it all went on the wall and all the food fell off the plate. Whether that's true, I think my mum was just saying it, but yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. So we're now doing what Diamond Paintings with TM does. She paints from the bottom up, whereas I tend to go from the top down. But I think we've done a really good session here. We've got so much done. But I reckon this is probably, I don't think we'll finish it in the next session. I reckon 4 sessions at the max. I mean, what I can do, this one had a lot of different colours and it's got about 4 different colours, whereas this one's a lot of black. So what I'll do is for the next session, because we've only got 10 minutes or so, what I'll do is for the next session I will put this, I'll get a multiplacer onto this, and that will just scoop this part right up. I mean, obviously bits around here we might not be able to do because of the concurve, but yeah. Did you know Concord, I know this is really random, but he's got a bent nose, and he really has. Apparently you can move the nose down. But this, I don't know why Concord is so famous, but my sister went there years ago to go on the actual plane. But it's the only one that had like a movable nose. Because I think most planes, you can open the nose up. I think it's to access the engine or what have you, but it amazes me how these big army helicopters can carry, like, I think one has carried cars before, and I'm thinking, how the hell do you carry products like that? That is absolutely phenomenal. And yeah, so I would like to get this done over 2 sessions, but you know, if it has to be a little bit longer, then it has to be a little bit longer. But this will be taking over Fridays until it's finished. And as I said, we may do a couple of hour videos just to get a bit more done. You know, we may do a bit of live streaming just to get a bit more done, but I've got to be careful because I've got 12 hours out of 20 hours on StreamYards. You get a paid platform, and I don't pay that because I don't stream enough to get, you know, to see the cost to justify that. Because if I streamed like every day, then yeah, I'd definitely pay it, but I don't find I have streamed enough to use that part of the service, so I tend to go for the free option. So yeah. Robert Elson, or Ison, you know, the host that hosts with Debbie Gets Crafty and Judy Delgado. Judy is all fired up, and then Debbie Gets Crafty is Debbie. And do you do diamond painting, or you like, what do you do for your content, or do you not have content? I'm just intrigued if you like, do you do games, do you do painting? When I get a new subscriber, I always like to find out like what their sort of creation is. Like, what do you do for your content? Because it's, the thing is with subscribers is, where you got to remember when you get a new channel, you know, you get someone subscribed to you, but then you can look at their channel and go, oh, I like the look of that, and then subscribe to them. You know, and sometimes you lose a sub, but remember, where you lose a sub, you gain a sub. So yeah, there are a lot of channels out there, and what they do is basically clickbait. So they'll go, can you sub to me, can you sub to me, and then you sub to them, and then they unsub from you. It's basically just to get sub from them. So yeah, or they'll go, can you watch my video, can you watch my video, and that's a form of clickbait, because you're basically asking us to click on that to draw attention to your channel. Clickbait is basically clicking on something to draw you into doing something. So if I paint any more, we've got a little bit longer actually, so shut up, Mike. Has anyone ever heard that song? He goes, what's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. What do you think you do? Why are you looking so sad? It's a not so bad. It's a not so place. Well, shut up in your face. I used to work with someone, right, and he heard it on the radio the first time. So he turned it up and he obviously liked the song, and he's going, what's the matter you? Hey, got no respect. He really enjoyed it, but I love that song too. I just like the bit where it goes, well, shut up in your face, you know. I think he's done by Joe Pesci, or no, Joe Pesci I think does the Home Alone actor. But it's Joe something. Did you know, lazy Italian granny, Joe Biden was on his bike today, bicycling, oh my god. So we've had Scamp, Smidge, Slav and bicycling. Oh dear. I'm not drunk, I'm just for some reason getting all muddled up. I can assure you I'm a teetotaler. Although I do drink on special occasions. What's the matter you? Gotta no respect. What do you think you do? Why you looking so sad? It's not so bad. It's not so place. Well, shut up in your face. Well, anyway, we must. Oh yeah, my Nutcracker's coming tomorrow, I think. Let me just have a look on the app. We'll leave that session there anyway, but look at that. Oh, how exciting! Look, it's at the delivery depot. That means it's coming tomorrow. Get in there. But I can't get it until the weekend, because the driver that delivers over here keeps saying that there's delays when there isn't, and every time I send it to the locker they go, sorry, the locker is full. So I thought, do you know what, I'll give up, I'll just send it to my relatives and pick it up on my next time over there. So that's how we're looking so far. I'm really happy that we started it anyway. So as I said, this will take over on Fridays until it's done. I can anticipate it'll probably be 4 sessions at the max. I think we'll pick up time when we do this multi-placing next time. But if you like what you see, this is available via the range, and I think they've discounted this one as well. Some of them are discounted. I know. I think there's another one like this, and I can't remember what it is, but it's discounted. I think it's like a skull. It looks like a skull, but I could be wrong on that. I think there is one discounted. But these are great kits. You know, you can have it. You know, they print it on the back, which is a bit pointless really, because you can't, you know, if you want to look at it, you've got to keep going like that. But I just love the fact they're on this, you know, this canvas. It's a lovely short project, and really lovely. So anyway, please remember to like, share, subscribe. If you want to get this is available through the range. I'll try and get the link for you there, because I don't know if it's out of stock. And if you like these trays, they do come from Temu, and I will put that in the link in the description too. But until then, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video next Friday. Take care, catch you later.